Okay. Welcome back to Broke Till Friday. If you've clicked this link because you're in my League of Legends game, yes, it's me on the left. You better have won. Don't feed. If you're listening, if you're listening,
I'm usually
to
the
this,
one feeding, but
exactly. If you're listening to this on Spotify, remember to like the show, subscribe, follow, hit that motherfucking like button. I think I swore too early. Oops. And then make sure to rate it so that other people that have similar tastes like you can also get the show suggested to them.
or even if they
That
don't
really
have
helps.
similar tastes to you, as long as they see it.
Exactly.
Honestly, we're not too picky.
Anyone will do at this point.
Yeah.
We have
Your grandmother, she might like the show.
5 followers now. We got 2 more subscribers this week.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. My voice is still all fucked up from yesterday. We're fucking yelling for literally 2 hours, dude. I
love it.
I looked at it and it was an hour and like 10 of us talking about that.
By saying one word, Edward.
You're wrong.
Edward.
Listen,
Edward.
Edward.
I'm gonna say the Edward. So Hector.
Legitimately, those are my favorite episodes, though. Like when we're just like yelling for like 2 hours. Those are
You
some of my
mean you're
favorites.
yelling?
I'm yelling for 2 hours.
and then we lose track of time. We're like, oops, 10 passed by. Oops.
Listen, Hector. Listen, Hector. I love listening to the sound of my own voice. No.
Exactly.
Still wet.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just got out of the shower.
And Hector, remember to talk into the mic, thank you, because you just spit everywhere. Because like,
we make him do the water game. Just
honestly,
I'm just the mic's broken.
Hector, no. Oh, we should totally film the water game. We should play the water game when Walter comes, film it, and then throw that up as content too. Awesome. That's a good idea.
everything
Shelve
is
that.
content.
Everything is content. Even you, the viewer.
Everything is content.
Honestly. But yeah, because during the episode, Hector, you constantly do this. You'll like start talking into the mic, and then you'll be like, but yeah. And then, like, and I'm like,
It's hard.
you start pointing. You start
Is
pointing
this
with
how
the
you
mic.
hold the mic?
Hector starts pointing with the mic
I
away, and he's
expect
like,
all of yours to have pristine hearing. What about the deaf, huh? How are you supposed to listen to our podcast? We have captions.
they're gonna watch it in Braille, okay?
There we go.
They have Braille
Perfect.
printers that run along their ball sacks.
Oh, I was thinking just like it was like the slime from like a lot of like alien movies where like the computer screen just bumps out like hard images that just pokes them in the eye.
What about subtitles?
Subtitles for the blind?
No, I said deaf.
Death. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that can help you with death.
I was making a joke about Braille because I confused deaf and blind people.
You did,
So
yeah. That's what
I said I confused them. Yeah, so
I was like, what?
my apologies to all blind people, to all deaf people. You can't hear this, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, God.
Shit. Low key, I didn't notice. I didn't realize it until
Me
you
either,
pointed it
me
out. I
either.
didn't realize it.
I was like, wait a minute.
Fuck. I thought deaf meant blind for a second. Like I got the words confused in my head.
And you guys call me retarded.
I never called you that. When? When have I ever said? We cut to a montage of me going, Hector, you retard. Hector, you fucking. And they're just like,
Just 30 times over and over again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that montage.
We make up a montage. See? Like, no.
No, it's just like in different scenarios too.
Wait.
So it's like Hector's like making breakfast and he drops an egg and he just come out of like the closet like you got.
No. This is what we should do. We're probably not gonna do it though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
After the podcast, we should film us sitting here, just changing into different outfits that Edward has, as if it's different times of the podcast, but it's just actually like we make it up, like literally, like Hector said, make up scenarios where we're sitting here and we're like, Hector, you retarded, and then Harry switch quotes. Okay, Hector, that's dumb, that's retarded. Next one, Hector, that's the most retarded thing, and then switch outfits over and over.
God damn it, I'm so jealous. Y'all have water.
Water.
I thought you can't drink water.
Yeah,
I am water.
No, he can. He got over his
It's
hydrophobia after beating rabies in 2009. So
Really? Did you get rabies?
I always have rabies.
You cannot beat rabies. By the time symptoms of rabies show up in a human being, you're already dead.
Yeah.
There's like a dozen or less recorded cases of people surviving it, because for one girl, what they did it was called like the Andromeda procedure, some like, it has some fancy name like that, right? Where they basically killed her, tricked the rabies into thinking she was dead, and then brought her back to life by stopping her heart or something.
That
like
didn't give her any
It was,
brain damage or anything? Because stopping.
I don't remember.
Because being unalived even for like a few seconds.
She busted
is
Nick
pretty...
Fury, dude?
Let me see. Actually.
IRL Nick Fury.
No, she busted Stephen Grant. Moon Knight.
Oh yeah,
what did we just
Moon
talk
Knight,
about?
Stephen Grant. Yeah,
Great segue.
She busted a
Went through
Stephen
different
Grant.
gods. Went against her.
Legit.
Went against herself.
Gunshot wound in the chest.
Gunshot
No
wound.
problem. Just die and then come
Yeah.
back.
Come back. Ask for power again.
Ask for power from the Lord of the Dead, Osiris.
Damn, I don't remember if it was Lazarus or it was Andromeda.
I seen those videos on Reddit, dude. When they had like r/terrifying, they're like oddly terrifying. It's like
Okay, I do have one lore question. Like for Moon Knight, do y'all think that we're going to eventually get to see like Osiris have like his own avatar? Because
I mean, maybe in the future.
Because I mean, he's like not sealed, right? He's like one of the few gods that aren't sealed anymore.
Well, did they smash his stuff? Because
we don't even know if he was sealed to begin with.
yeah, the whole
Wait,
temple
who's
was,
the who's the guy with the little sun above
That's
him?
Ra.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, that's the sun god Ra.
then we have no idea. Oh, there it is. Milwaukee Protocol. I had it completely off. It is called the Milwaukee Protocol. Let me see. 15-year-old Milwaukee Protocol. There it is.
I know nothing about Milwaukee.
So, rabies was considered universally fatal in humans till 2004 when an unvaccinated adolescent survived with a novel therapy now dubbed the Milwaukee Protocol. It included a therapeutic coma, antiviral therapy, cerebral vasospasm management, and avoidance of immunization. So, I mean, yeah, they basically put her, like, they basically tricked her rabies into thinking she was dead. It's only saved one life. Wow. It's been performed over 26 times since its inception in 2004.
What? And only worked
saved
once?
Yeah.
The initial one.
Yeah, there's no rabies treatment after all.
1 in 24
That's
success rate. What's that in percentage?
1 in 26.
1 in 26.
Sorry. So
That's like less than 4%.
26. That's 0.038%. Aha! Look at that. He's not retarded. We got it.
Remember, 1/25 is 4%.
I don't know.
Oh
fractions.
yeah,
You
that's
think I know math?
true. You're right. 1 over 25, 4%. See, you got to do the inverse of a fraction. Like if you do 1/4, that's 0.25. So if you do 1 over 25, that's 1.04.
Look, if I say it's 2, it's 2.
Exactly. Reality writing abilities.
Exactly.
2.
If I say it's 2,
I don't
it's
need to
2.
know what 1 plus 1 is. I can make it whatever I want it to be. So
Reality could be whatever I want.
exactly. Damn, that was Infinity War. That was in 2018.
Stop. You're going to make me feel so
That
old.
was
I can't
That's your
believe
favorite movie.
4 years ago. No, Endgame. I would say.
And-
They were both really good.
Any Thanos is your favorite.
It was very good. Point is.
Okay, MCU movie. Not gonna lie, the top contenders for my favorite MCU movie
Number
is
1.
now a tie. Number 1, a tie between No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness. Now,
Really?
yeah,
So would you consider Multiverse Madness 10 out of 10 then?
no, it's just like
Then?
within the MCU.
The
like,
best Spider-Man movie.
there's
a bunch of other-
Spider-Man movie is Spider-Verse, the animated.
No, it's Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock is the best Spider-Man movie.
Okay, yeah, that.
It's
Alright.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
All right.
No, but it's because I'm basing it off the movie I rewatch all the time. Spider-Verse, I never get bored of it.
Maybe
True.
I'm biased
Spider-Man 2,
because
Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man whatever fucking with Garfield.
I'm
not gonna rewatch it.
I have never seen the Andrew Garfield movies in their entirety, and I don't think I ever will.
The second
just know
one
the
is
references.
not. The second one is not that great. The first one is
They're
decent.
not
It's pretty good.
They're
Ended
not
in a cliffhanger.
memorable. I
Yeah.
watched
They're not
them-
memorable. That's yeah.
I remember.
They're
Mm.
not
They're
memorable.
Because
I feel so bad for Andrew Garfield too because it's not like he's not a good
good
Spider-Man. He's a really good one, and
yeah,
it's
he's a really
just
good Spider-Man, but his
the
fucking-
writing just
everyone
wasn't
else
there.
around him was shit.
Yeah, they just started throwing people like Paul Giamatti as the Rhino for some reason.
in a
ending,
mech suit.
At the end,
In a mech suit.
ending in a fucking cliffhanger.
it's like
I'm
my
like,
job's never done, and it's right now.
and then it's like, okay, where's my third movie? And then they didn't get a third movie.
Mhm.
Executives meddling, but I still think Spider-Man 2 is like, because that's him when he's the most Spider-Man and he's facing off against a villain and he has like that little self-doubt and then he gets over it and it's like
Well,
you
it's
know,
also like
and he doesn't have to learn how to be.
Well, no, Venom's in
No,
third
that's
one.
third. Yeah.
It's also like the adaptation of like a really popular or like a really successful Spider-Man storyline. The
When he
you know,
renounces it.
Yeah, where he renounces being Spider-Man or whatever.
No more.
No more Spider-Man. no more.
But I was gonna say maybe I'm just biased because Doc Ock is my
Nostalgia?
favorite. No, Doc Ock is my favorite villain. That's why.
Like I know for a fact, like I know consciously that part of the reason why I rate No Way Home so highly is because of the nostalgia factor of all of them.
yeah,
It's also a really
that
good
too.
film, like on its own. But
Hello,
I
Peter.
know my decision is influenced because of all the
You
nostalgia
should
in the
play the
film.
Spider-Man games. They have a really good storyline.
I don't have PS4.
Damn.
Alan literally has a
That's-
PS5.
Wait, they're on PC. I forgot. They just put
And
Spider-Man
then,
on
yeah,
PC.
The first one obviously include Miles Morales is short.
Yeah, it's really short, but it's really good too.
It's still good, dude.
Really good.
Just
really
play the
short.
Spider-Man games. Then you'd be like, okay.
But I don't want to get arrested as Spider-Man, so I don't think I'm gonna play Miles Morales.
They don't even know he's black, dude.
Oh, that's true.
In the comics, they do. He gets revealed as being.
When we're talking about the video game.
He gets revealed as black like 30 seconds into being like a Spider-Man.
It's because he tried handing out the N-word pass, and they were like, "Spider-Man, you can't do that." And then he just pulled up his sleeve a little bit, and they were like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Bitch, say that again.
Honestly, I don't think that's accurate, but
No.
no
Like,
way.
the real
No
way
him
is
was
he
up
got in
there.
a fight and like his costume was like not futuristic blah 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 material. It was
Yeah.
just cloth, so like it got cut and then some like blogger was like,
That's it.
Each
That's not
Spider-Man,
part of the costume?
Each Spider-Man has
Yeah.
something to bring in the table. All those Spider-Mans were awesome.
Well, even though I didn't see the Andrew Garfield movies, knowing that he fails to save Gwen and seeing that clip on YouTube and stuff,
Yeah.
I was still like, damn. I was like, oh, when he
Yeah.
saves her and he's like, he saved MJ, even though it wasn't his MJ, or I mean, he go Gwen Stacy or whatever, fuck her. But it's like, that moment was still an emotional, just because I know the references,
I'll be honest. Like I hate this. Like in any woman in the superhero, it's like, what are you doing? Like before they revealed her, they're trying to.
We've talked about this so many
it's so
times. How
annoying,
it's like, you can't go and save the universe. What about me and my feelings? Like,
I'm
bitch, you live in the universe.
If I was like, wait, this guy is trying to hide something,
Mhm.
but it looks like it's very important, and he can't tell me to say to make sure
Mhm.
I'm
I'm safe.
Maybe
or
I should
whatever.
leave him alone.
Yeah, but instead they're like, tell me what your fucking secrets are. Oh, that's your secret? Dead. That's literally every fucking
time.
every time.
Even in the video game with Spider-Man, where she's like, "So I want to try something." You
Ugh.
remember
I want to try something new. We can finally do anal.
okay,
No.
okay. See, that's one of the things that I actually do like about like more like modern like superhero media. They don't really do that. Like the
Arrow?
Spider-Man game.
Flash.
Those aren't really new. Those are 2014. They're over a decade
That's
old
it.
almost.
That's so neat.
Technically, Arrow only ended in 2021, so I mean, it's
Pretty new.
I guess.
and that bitch was still doing that shit in 2021.
Yeah,
Listen,
I guess,
and
okay.
for all that you said about the Flash, like Iris didn't really do that much. She did it like twice, I think, and that was because her life was directly in danger with Zoom.
Even though the section,
From what I remember, like I just finished rewatching the show. She didn't do it that often. Where it happens the absolute most
Crisis.
is in she didn't do it in Crisis.
When he disappears
Yeah.
for like when he disappears for like a year or whatever, it's like Flash disappears in Crisis. She bitches to him when he comes back because she's like, I had to learn how to live without you, and he's like, but I was saving the world, and she's like,
you know,
but you didn't think about me, and it's like, bitch, you live in the world, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Doctor Strange. I did. all
That
this
lasted less than like
to
20
save-
seconds.
to save you.
But you get what I mean. It's just the trope. It's the trope. It's
It's
And
the
she's like,
trope.
Does it always have to be that one choice? Like,
yes, it does,
yes,
bitch.
it does, bitch.
You
The
think
best
you're
I
more
could-
important than reality?
You want the best of me? This is what I did.
Exactly. Like, you want this Doctor Strange dick? You're not getting it. But
Christine, I couldn't do anything else. This was the only way.
I know, like, he got fucking dusted, and this bitch is like, I moved on. It's like, oh, come on.
To be fair, she moved on before that because he was a jackass.
Fuck it, I'll just fuck
Yeah,
some
that's
other.
true.
Di-
Yeah, he was a goddamn piece of shit. Let's not lie. Let's not lie about Doctor Strange. He was a goddamn piece of shit.
There's a bunch of girls out here who are young, dumb, and begging to be full of cum, so I think I'm going to go do that. Then he goes open up his third eye and then puts it in Dormammu's niece. Moon Knight.
Who's stronger than him?
So Moon Knight. I don't know what that has to do with Moon Knight, but we touched on it and then we ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Moon Knight. Episode 6 finale, and
But yeah,
then
no.
and I know, and then we'll compare it to all the TV shows,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so this is probably my fault, but I was just a little disappointed because I wanted to see fucking Harrow suit up. I wanted to see him suit
Yeah.
up, but instead he was just in his old long hair going, oh, and it's like, come on, like give me a suit even for a minute or something, you know?
I was so glad that they didn't give him a suit.
Why?
I was
Why?
so fucking glad because remember the last time we taled about like how
Edward just gets the points against me just to do them. Always.
Look, any point
He's
I
a
have,
contrarian.
any point I have, it has to be against Andres all the time.
The
if I have a
Jews
point,
were wrongly persecuted.
Oh.
hot take.
Yeah, Edward,
take.
that's the-
Okay.
Edward,
No.
that pause wasn't.
That's a good pause. That's a good pause. Okay. And then
No, like honestly, because like
Why?
remember the last episode, the one before the last one we released, where we're talking about the second to last episode of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
My main complaint was like, this person, like Harrow, is old. Like he looks old. It would look very weird if like he
like
was
50s,
he was portrayed at like like for this type of thing, like action, like fisticuffs against Mark freaking Spector.
I guess.
Like
I'm with Edward.
Like he's
Right.
he's too old. Like, and I brought up like Peacemaker as like even with like the super high tech suit, it was really weird seeing like that fucking 90-year-old with like a pot belly redneck.
There's a huge
trying to
difference
fight.
though between a 90-year-old potbelly redneck and a 40s, 50s in shape
He
guy.
didn't look 40s, 50s.
But because of the white hair, but
he looked like he was in his 60s. He looked like as old as my dad.
I think because of the cane probably looked like it aged him. But I would say it would have made sense, like let's say if they did it, because she's free, she now has full power to power him up. So you could like make the argument that, oh, boom, now he's powered up, he gets a suit, and he's now able to fisticuffs,
Yeah, but like the thing is that their base abilities are lower. So even if he gets a power boost from Amit, Mark Spector, unless like Khonshu's like, you're gonna say like Khonshu's like way weaker than Amit.
Amit was beating the shit out of him because she was also powered up from the souls. Remember?
Yeah, she
doesn't get the power from the souls. They go straight into the damned.
No. She goes, and then she's absorbing souls in the last
Literally
episode.
No,
Edward, there was a whole scene.
In the second to last episode, we see all the souls, those same souls, go down into the damned.
Most
not
likely
power
after
her
she
up.
eats them.
Yeah. So
Yes,
they don't go to her.
But she was
Or
getting
at least we
bigger.
don't know.
No, she was. That's what they directly implied it. See, I have evidence.
This time you have evidence.
They
yeah.
directly implied it because as she's eating the souls, she gets bigger and bigger, which is why Khonshu goes, now I have to make it nighttime and bring an eclipse so I can have the moon. And that's why he gets bigger, because he's powered up during the full moon.
So then you're proving my point. Then they were equally powered at that point.
Well, not in the beginning, remember?
Yeah, but at that point, when they're fighting, when it matters.
No, because you see she's getting the best of him before Mark Spector gets, or
actually, if you notice the
Jake
fight,
Lockley gets the best.
Before Jake Lockley, like if you follow the fight choreography, if Mark gets the upper hand on Harrow, how do you call it? Khonshu gets the upper hand on Amit, and if Harrow gets the upper hand on on Mark Spector, Amit gets the upper hand on Khonshu.
Yes.
So it's less about them and more about like the fight between
The back and forth.
The back and forth. Yeah.
But I mean, it was kind of just like showing you how hopeless it was, and then he goes, and then he's like, oh shit, he's there. He's like, fuck, was that you? He's like, no, and it's like, and I was like, yes, another Jake Lockley after
Jake
having
Lockley.
him.
What the hell?
Okay. The first time I saw it, I legitimately thought that was all we were gonna get of Jake Lockley. So when the
Me
end credit
too.
scene started,
Ooh.
and it was just like, and I heard the Spanish, I was like, oh, are they?
When he did it in
Are
Spanish,
they?
I was
Are
like,
they?
that's his fucking voice, dude.
That's his voice. That's his voice. That's definitely it.
And then Khonshu with the drip sitting there like, so.
Why would I
like,
ever need anyone else when Mark Spector doesn't know how truly broken he is?
I know.
And it's like,
I think he's like,
this is your unlucky day.
He lit him up. Lit him the fuck up.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Because you're like,
I've been dying to talk about this
you're
so
watching
much.
him and he's like, he's a bad guy. Well, he's a bad guy.
bad guy, yeah.
I mean, well, I wouldn't say bad guy, but he can't be trusted. Let's put it that way.
Khonshu?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely not.
Time and time again, shown he can't be trusted because he was
Khonshu
like,
can never be
I
trusted.
will let you go, and then he lets him go because technically he was true to that word that he let.
He let
them
Mark
go.
Spector and Steven go.
Yeah, he let them both go.
No, Jake Lockley.
Exactly. Oh, they were describing it. Fuck, it's such a good comment. I don't remember what it was, but it was something along the lines of like, like the fine, I'll do it myself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jake Lockley coming out and beating the shit out of him. But does that mean that Jake Lockley is even more advanced than Mark Spector then, basically?
What do you mean more advanced?
I'd say
Or
more
fighting?
gruesome. I think more gruesome.
More brutal,
More
but
brutal.
I'm saying he was getting overpowered and about to get stabbed, and then he blacks out, and then all of a sudden he has the upper hand and has beaten the shit out of Harrow. Like, that's the thing. Is he stronger all of a sudden too? Because remember the whole muscle memory thing,
True.
we didn't really know about until he actually did get the muscle memory because they were working together.
Steven got the muscle memory.
Because they were working together, and then I guess they haven't unlocked it or gotten in conjunction with Jake yet to be their full power.
Or maybe it's just that Jake Lockley is knows more about Khonshu's power, like the Moon Knight power, than Mark Spector does.
He's his favorite child.
Yeah,
he's his favorite child.
He's his
maybe
favorite
he
child.
gives him more power when he's like, Jake Lockley, all right, time to get
I mean,
shifty.
that is kind of how they portrayed it at the end, where it's
Like
like
Captain America
like,
shield here.
meet my friend Jake Lockley,
Yeah.
and it's just him looking in the rearview mirror, like, hey, what's up?
lit him up.
It's like caviar. It's just, I love this. I love this show so much. Like Moon Knight is now currently my favorite show that they've released.
Oh, real quick.
It overtook Loki as my favorite show.
I was gonna say before we get to the rankings, I think I don't know if we missed it, but I'm starting to think maybe he did end up judging the old guy, because maybe we didn't see him judging the old guy. Maybe we just saw him judging him as unworthy, because Layla only peeks over when he's like going and then dies, right? Because he does stick to his word. He was even like, I am unworthy, I'm ready. And he was like about to like, he was in like tears and whatnot because he had unlocked Amit, but he was still willing to accept death. He was literally, she was like, no, it's fine. He's like, no. There's other people. They have balanced scales. I'm not worthy. Kill me. And she's like, but I can use you.
Yeah, that was my reasoning for why I hated that he didn't judge him, because I kind of not necessarily predicted, but I assumed this is how they were going to do it. They were going to have him stick with, like, through the rest of the show to his
credo.
To his credo. Oh wait, credo? No, creed.
Credo. Maybe I'm just combining Greedo with Creed.
Maybe I don't know. Whatever it is, to his words, to his like belief system. Like I already knew that they were gonna make him stick to everything. That's why I was like, see this here. That's why it was such a big deal when it happened, because Harrow not sticking to his word here really undermines his character forward when he's in front of Amit and he's willing to sacrifice himself for his creed. Because we already know that he's that he's willing to betray it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, credo, a statement of the beliefs or aims which guide someone's actions. He announced his credo in his first editorial. Credo.
What's creed then?
A creed of a Christian church in Latin.
Oh,
I guess it's just
it's a
Latin
different
version.
word, same thing.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's
Credo. Replaced.
No, yeah. But that's why I was making such a big stink about it when it happened, because I kind of assumed, or I guess predicted at this point, since it came out to be true, that they were gonna have him stick to his credo the whole way through, and that's why him betraying it so early kind of lowered the character for me, because I already knew that he was, when he was in front of Amit, he was gonna go like, oh yeah, I'm not worthy, or whatever. Like he was gonna try. They were gonna try to make him stick to his creed. Afterwards.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like now in hindsight, I'm like, maybe we just didn't see him. Like we've only seen him. We saw him through Layla's eyes. Yeah. She only sees him killing the guy, and she goes, "Oh, he's evil." Because I mean, obviously, you shouldn't be judging before, because he's like an old man. So you're like, what could he possibly do? But you don't know. Again,
the thing is, we don't know the
balancing
ambiguous thing. Yeah, and that's why I kind of don't like. I wish that they, in this part, ambiguity kind of kills it, because I don't think there should like for that character in this show. I don't think it should be ambiguous as whether or not he'd stick to his creed. It should be like definitively throughout the show he's sticking to his creed, and then at the end, despite him sticking to his creed and like being correct in his own eyes, he still loses because his ideology is wrong.
Okay.
On the face of it, that was my whole argument from before, that like this, even if it's not explicit, like even if there's room to like debate whether or not he killed him without judging him, that shouldn't be there for this character.
Yeah. Another funny thing was how stupid the gods were. They're like, someone's trying to release Amit. No shit.
Like
no shit, genius. This is the fucking multiverse all over again. Like literally.
I wanted that bitch to say, "See, I fucking told you guys."
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, we fucking knew it.
Like I really wanted, like you said, I really wanted Layla to be like, "You stupid piece of shit." Like
honestly,
like when he was dying in his arms, I wanted her last words to him to be, "I fucking told you." Like
straight up, I told you so.
I so agree with you. They fucking told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use one fuck. You insert it in that last episode and go, they fucking told you. That's it. Or would it be when he goes, I'm the fucking moon? Nah, he doesn't say that. But
he should have been like, sayonara, bitch. Pop.
I think we can say bitch, but
yeah.
But it was so cool again when he's like, will you protect the travelers of the night? And he's like, wait, it's not this simple. We have to make a deal, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, you're in no position to make a deal. And then they finally make the deal.
Yeah.
Right now, he's like, rise again.
We learned it from the best.
Honestly, they really did. And he's like, rise once again, my moon knight. And he's like, oh, that was good. Rise, moon knight. That's bandages. They can't trademark this. Trademarked bandages.
Same universe.
Yeah,
literally. Like Spider-Man literally would. Like he'd stick by and it's like, hey, that's copyright infringement. And then
have you seen that?
Everybody gets one.
Yeah.
He's talking to Spider-Man. Have you seen that? He times like, hey Mark, Nah, sorry, Steven. Okay, Steven. No, it's Mark again. Or Mark. Nah,
Jake
Steve.
now.
Yeah,
Jake
Steve.
now.
No, the better one is when they're like, what did I miss? I kind of and then Spider-Man's like, oh, did you switch percentage for a second? And he's like, yeah, I did. What's happening? And he's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. Just punch whoever I punch.
That's a good one. The unfortunately sad news. The random bullshit go is fake.
It's fake. There's a lot of fake ones.
And so is the Dracula fucking money. That one's also fake.
Yeah.
I forgot which.
Those are his main enemies though. Like his
Dracula?
main enemies are not. Yeah, technically, yeah, actually. But like his very first enemy was a werewolf by night. That's where he made his first appearance. And then I think since then most of his villains have been like supernatural nighttime villains, so like werewolves and
that makes sense because
vampires and stuff. I think the most recent one though, it's weird. Like the one I was reading, not the most recent one, but like I guess the most famous recent one were like Mr. Knight, like the suit that Steven wears.
Dapper.
Yeah, the Dapper one is like the primary thing where Eclipse comes out, and he's like he's basically just acting like Batman, and he's like stopping like terrorist groups and like other things. It all happens at nighttime though.
Yeah, I mean, honest, that's when that's when the crime bosses come out to play. We've already seen that. Like you said, like Batman.
Like Batman. Yeah, I know. But, oof.
Yeah.
I love this show so much. Just the visuals alone on that last episode is just to die for. Even
like
the
visuals. It was like Suicide Squad. Everyone's saying.
Yeah.
That shit was intense.
Suicide Squad was good. The new one.
The new one.
Yeah, the new one was good.
The Suicide
reboot.
Squad.
So it's the one and only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you said it just beat Loki?
Why?
Why? Basically, like, do you think it was because of like the story, or because of the visuals, or because of the acting? I mean, the acting was.
I think I liked. I guess maybe it's because Loki is more. I guess it's more like, at least the first season, like it's good. It's its own self-contained story, but it is more like setting up the future of the MCU, right? It's like Kang and all this other stuff. It's introducing these characters. Moon Knight's introducing to a couple characters, but it's like the origin story, quote unquote, of Moon Knight.
And it's more self-contained.
And so a little bit more self-contained, no references to really any other Marvel property except for like the afterlife of Black Panther.
Yeah.
And then the visuals were super on point. And honestly, up until this last episode, I was thinking this was going to beat WandaVision, but still rank under Loki. And this last episode, for me, pushed it above Loki.
Well, how come it didn't push it above WandaVision, though?
It did. WandaVision was it pushed it above WandaVision before it pushed it above Loki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So like it was like episode 1 to like 3, it was gonna be placing 4, just because the visuals and stuff were great and the storyline was decent. But then the Harrow thing kind of really killed it for me a little bit early on, and so it was ranking below Wanda. And then by the time the 5th episode rolled around, it kind of overlapped Wanda, and then once the last episode dropped, that's when it pushed past Loki.
God, okay.
The last episode just had me in like suspense and like with my mouth open the whole time. I was just there like,
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Exactly. I was just, and then that ending. I don't think after a single like other TV shows aside from Moon Knight have I been left like in the ending just like.
I mean, Loki was a pretty ending too, because like the other ones are more grounded. I'm gonna say, like with Hawkeye, Captain America: Winter Soldier. But Captain America: Winter Soldier had that moment when he just chucks through the middle of one of the bad guys, because you're all sitting there, and you're like, holy shit, did he just do that? And then you're like, he did that in front of everyone. They were all watching. There's blood on the shield. But that's not the ending of the series.
It didn't end on that.
Yeah.
It ended really on like on what's his face on U.S. agent getting recruited into Hydra.
Yeah.
That was like, it's like, okay, whatever. And then WandaVision ended on her flying off in the Darkhold, really advertising Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess if you include Multiverse of Madness into Wanda, I guess that one will outrank them because it's like 2 amazing things rather than one. Which I honestly feel like you can make an argument for, because I feels like how do you call it? Like WandaVision is like the Scarlet Witch's origin story. So it kind of feels like it's basically like it's a part of Wanda's story they couldn't fit into Multiverse, so they segmented it off into a TV show to supplement the movie later on.
And the TV show's not that bad, though.
No, it's really good. It's really good.
Not just that, but it's also if you're just watching the movies, you kind of don't really have to watch Multiverse. You kind of don't really have to watch WandaVision.
No, you don't.
Because she expositions everything. I don't want to say she condenses it, but she goes, I blasted a hole through the man I loved through his head, and it meant nothing. So you can kind of see like the grief and stuff.
Yeah.
And you pick up that she's like, I want to find my children. Because even if you hadn't seen the WandaVision, if you've only seen the movies, you go, she doesn't have any kids, huh? She must have like really want them or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
like she really emphasizes her kids.
And then Doctor Strange is like, you don't have kids in this universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they explain everything enough.
It's
but
easy.
to really like the
to
juicy
appreciate.
core.
Yes.
The juicy core. You need the TV
like
show.
Sonic 2. You
Exactly.
Didn't have to watch Sonic 1. You don't have to watch Sonic 1.
Did you guys watch Sonic 2 by the way?
I need
That
to. I'm trying to go with my friend,
Good.
and I don't know if he's back from Las Vegas yet.
Ooh.
So like I'm waiting
Next
for him to
week
get
is
back.
a Sonic review.
I
It
gotta
was very
message him
good.
soon.
It's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I love it.
It was so campy, but so much fun. It was good.
It's a kid. Yeah,
I mean, it's a kids movie. It is a kids movie.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say you're not gonna get like, oh, I'm gonna get the best writing and blah blah. No. But you're gonna like it for taking it in its context as a kids movie, but also enjoying it because you're like, as a kid, I also played those games. It's fun.
Look, I feel like just because something is labeled kids media doesn't mean it's bad. Like,
No.
have you seen the
Disney
movie?
movies?
The Disney
Encanto.
movie? Encanto?
First of all.
First of all,
adult and kid lesson, family lesson.
Exactly.
Family lessons is for everyone.
I mean,
Coco?
I don't know if kids can understand intergenerational emotional trauma, but
you know,
bro,
still.
no.
I heard what's that? Is it Inside Out? Right, the one with the
with
the
the
people
brains.
in the
the people hit. I heard that one's really dark. I haven't.
Are you
That
hearing
was
multiple
really
voices in your
sad.
head, Hector? Wake
That
up,
was
Hector.
really sad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
I
that was
was watching it. I was like, yeah. It's not in theaters.
No.
I
I was
can't
gonna say,
watch-
although
I have
Michelle
PTSD
against the Machines.
I have PTSD against Coco. Though I cannot watch it again.
Really?
I immediately start crying when I see the grandma.
Remember me. You're like, dude. When I was in the theater in watching Encanto for the second time in Spanish, because the first time I saw it in English, right? Second time in Spanish. The second the Los Oruguitas started playing at the end, right, where he goes dun, 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 and then he's with the grandma and he's like, hi. I was like, I immediately broke, dude. Even right now, I'm like, immediately broke.
I can't watch it. I was like, I was in the restroom and I was still crying, and then I got the little kid next to me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Fuck, man, that movie hit me too much."
I mean, dude, I don't think anything's gonna top. Remember me after Endgame? I
You
was
were
just
fucking
like
bawling in the
done for like
we were
3
there
hours.
for an extra
was
30
like,
minutes for Andres to recover.
Yeah, it's like just get out of the
Holy
movie.
shit.
And then
It's like Andreas, they need to clean up.
Imagine if we had done the podcast then.
We
he
stormed-
Podcast afterwards.
You stormed out. You're like, no one say anything. And you went immediately home.
I was like, don't say anything. And then I was in the bathroom like this. I was like, and then I sat down, and then my girl sat down with me. And she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, again.
You mean everything's gonna be okay?
Honestly, and I was like, no, because I was, man,
What's
just look how fucking sweaty my hands got. Holy shit, just remembering that because
And then we
of
watched
how-
it again in class when Andres gave me the movie.
Oh, the pirated version.
the bootleg. I mean, not bootlegged. Definitely legitimate.
ARG version.
Yeah, honest. That doesn't matter.
It was
It's-
marketing. Yeah, like it was, the whole
Exactly.
class was enough to watch it. Half of it.
Yeah. Wait, in which class was it?
Marketing. That.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I don't care. You here or not?
Yeah.
He's like, depends on you here.
Remember when everyone cheated on his tests?
No one cheated on his test. That's not cheating. That's not considered cheating. The answers are right there. That's his fault.
That's true. That's also
That's
true.
not considered cheating if it's you got the answers
From someone else.
from someone else.
That's
or-
his. Yeah. That's not user error. That's the
That's what he-
developer
Programmer
error.
error.
Programmer error.
That's why he couldn't do anything because it wasn't our fault. It was his
Straight
fault.
up. And he was like, so I learned a little discrepancy. And then he made it all written. Bless you. He made it all written. And I was like writing the most bullshit answer. I got like a fucking 30 on the final, dude. I got a C. So I was like, fuck it. I don't care.
Because that A, because he couldn't take away. Because if he was an actual dick, he would have taken away the
The
grade.
sc- yeah,
But
the
he
grade.
has no right to take away that
Yeah.
grade.
Because it's nobody
wasn't-
cheated.
no
It's
one
not our
cheated.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna go clean up.
What
The
did you do?
objective was to complete the
I
test,
came over
right?
right
The
now.
contract is to complete the test without any cheating.
Yep.
And we
And I mean, yeah, with only the materials
So
provided.
provided.
Can't hear you.
Exactly. It wasn't. It's not our fault.
Yeah. No, I got what you mean.
It's just maybe disrespectful. Maybe.
Because no one said anything.
I
Because
don't
I feel like
consider disrespectful.
if someone said it during the test, because they're like,
I don't think anyone snitched.
I think it's disrespectful because of the fact that you're just like, this guy's a dumbass. I'm just gonna do this. That's why. So that's why he was so pissed.
But not everyone knew because I was in that chair and I was like, does he know? Like,
no.
Because at first I second guessed it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, that's not the answer. Wait a minute.
And
the
then
answer is this one.
For the next few questions, I was like 3 of them in a row, and I was like, oh shit. And then I went back and checked the other ones. And I was like, oh. And then I was like, I purposely put like 2 wrong, but I mean, even then, it's like whatever. But yeah, it's a shit show afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
No,
he announced it was very suspenseful because he announced it at the final.
On the day, he's like, so guys, there was something about the midterm, and we're all like, because we all know. And he's like, and so I decided to make this test a little different, and we're all like, ugh. And then he hands us a packet of like, explain and these properties, blah, 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 and like explain how this. It wasn't just like, what is marketing? This. It was like actual problems that I had no idea how to answer.
He gave an example. Like, what if Costco reached for this certain group? What is that strategy called? Like specifically like that.
Yeah, like, and remember, like I said, written. These were all not short answers because they were big ass.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, it was like essay questions. We were like,
so,
punishment.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
suffering.
That's more work for him.
Huh? Yeah, that's true. That's more work for him.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going down together. This ship's sinking.
Captain always goes down with the ship.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, good.
Goddamn water breather.
Good thing I'm not a marketing major.
Honest. Oh, if I was a marketing major and he sees me in the next class. Oh,
he had him twice. You had him twice.
What was the second
I was
class?
wondering like why marketing is like some of the easiest classes I've ever taken.
No, I think
we only took one. I only took one.
I was gonna say I think I had him for like beginner marketing or something, and then the second one was the one we took together.
But we both got option in management, right? Me and him took the same class.
Because I should have taken more HR classes and should have done something in HR because HR does fucking nothing, dude. Like
no,
go back to school.
Hiring, dude.
Well, HR doesn't do that. Recruiting
does that. HR just protects the company from any issues.
Yeah, there's payroll and then there's recruiting
and then
complaints,
benefits coordinator.
Yeah, and HR, like let's say HR does the interpersonal
relations.
Exactly. Inter-office stuff.
HR's the Illuminati.
Basically, yeah.
No. They're the living tribunal.
Exactly.
The living tribunal. Judge, jury, and executioner.
When the coworker comes in and does the complaint. When a coworker comes in and complains to HR, to one of the HR representatives, the HR representative turns to the other. Perhaps we should tell them the truth. And then out the contract.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't do that right here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what they do.
But yeah, I mean, literally, yeah. HR is only there to fucking jerk off, finger themselves, or
be a dick. In my case,
be a dick or a cunt. Either one.
Well, mine was a cunt.
There's only 2 options, okay? There's only.
But I don't want. When I'm HR, I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm be like, this is what I could do. And these
are the rules, and these are the procedures.
These are the rules, and this is how you get around them.
I don't know about that.
So one of my one of my teachers for management, she was like an HR like manager or like whatever, like someone high up in HR for like decades.
Head cunt.
Yeah, basically for like decades. And one of the specific things that she said is that, you know, whenever any injury.
Oh, she got a nosebleed. Oh my God, they heard you. Perhaps we should tell them the truth.
We're HR all along.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dame papel del baño.
I just drank the whole water.
You want some more water?
I can't open this.
Where's the?
I can't open this. Hector's just gonna have to pass away.
Bye, Hector.
Am I getting workers' comp for this?
It's been
You
good.
are not getting Hector.
It's been good having you on the podcast.
You're getting Hector's comp for this. I'm gonna pause.
Hey, this is Walt from Broke Till Friday. I'm here to talk about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. The movie was good. Some even say great. Me and the boys here are big fans of Sam Raimi and his work. I felt scared and on edge the whole movie. It had a lot of traditional horror movie tropes, which I truly enjoy and I like to see more often of in modern day media. The movie perfectly concludes Doctor Strange's original story while leaving room for the future. The introduction of the Illuminati was terrific, but I believe they built it up a little too much for what we got. It felt bittersweet because of the amount of time they had on screen and the usage of their character. One of the most powerful mutants were killed off in seconds. The smartest man on Earth had a weak attack and instantly announced their strongest member, and Black Bolt was very underutilized. Side note, why is he even on the team? Yeah, he's powerful and the leader of the Inhumans, but he can't even say anything. He can't contribute to the conversation. The movie used America Chavez very well, and the twist that Wanda would turn so early in the movie was great. And it was a good way to advert expectations. I give this movie an 8 out of 10. I rate it 8 out of 10 because Marvel has produced such great films. If a Winter Soldier is a 7.5, this is better than that. But if Endgame, Infinity War, Far From Home, No Way Home, if those are 10s, then this has to be around a Ragnarok 8 for sure. I think that the future will hold more for Doctor Strange, like a fight with Dormammu, a more even fight, a marriage to Claire, Charlize Theron's character, like in the comics. And by the way, she's the Sorcerer Supreme of the Dark Dimension and of Earth in the more recent comics. My theory about how this universe's heroes will be brought back to life is that Barry Mordo survived, and he still has the Time Stone. We see Thanos didn't have the Time Stone in his Infinity Gauntlet, and that Doctor Strange in that universe did not have the Eye of Agamotto on him when he was killed by Black Bolt. So that's my theories, that's my ratings. It's only my opinion. So thank you guys for listening. Remember to like and subscribe. Woo!
Okay, Hector is still alive, luckily. Edward, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Hector. I can't hear you, Hector. I can't.
Almost fucking died. You saw that?
Literally?
Literal blood come out.
It was Hector's time of the month. So you talk bad about HR.
Anyway,
You start to bleed.
Is it bad that I bleed like once a month?
That's your period. That's about
Through my nose.
how often you should menstruate. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe because I haven't donated blood yet.
Go to the doctor and check to see if you have fallopian tube growing. He has too much blood. Imagine.
No, that's why it's healthier for guys to
donate blood.
Because we don't have.
because we have too much blood in the system.
I redirect all of my blood to my erections, so I don't know about you guys, but
I just remove my blood from myself and then use that to choke other people. So.
blood bending.
Exactly.
What is this fucking? Wait, what's that anime called?
Oh my God! How did you not?
Is that no
Avatar?
No, there's an anime. There's a different one. It's called Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh yeah, Dead Man Wonderland too. They have like a special ability where
They were the first
they
ones
can
to
turn
do
their
blood building, and then
Blood building?
Blood
Dead
building.
Man? I don't think they were.
I don't think so.
And then the Beyond whatever that one anime called.
There's
the one chick that could do it Beyond the water.
Oh, Blood C or Blood C plus?
No, Beyond.
Do you guys know what your blood types are?
I'm
negative.
skin diddly dick. I think that's my
No
name.
idea.
Positive, whatever. I'm a universal blood donor.
Universal
blood.
donor?
I am literally.
Go inject
And
it
then
straight into my veins.
So
I'm
we
really-
can eat Hector and we'll have no repercussions. Is that what I'm hearing?
Perfect.
To our blood, at least. What were we talking about before we got into the blood? I don't even
We're
remember.
still comparing.
This was like 2 minutes ago.
Oh, Conchu.
Conchu. Oh, and comparing to the other shows.
Comparing to the other shows,
And then,
yes.
no, wait. You had started talking about HR and how you had a.
They're true.
You didn't finish telling us about what your teacher was going to do.
Oh yeah, my teacher.
She was a high up. She was head cunt.
She was like one of like the top level people for HR or whatever, or she was like someone like
Important, basically.
important. Yeah, I don't remember exactly anymore, but like she told us like one of the main things that you're supposed to do, whether you're like that HR will try to train you to do, is that if anyone gets an injury, one of the best things you can do is just to stare at them. You can't even ask if they're okay. Because you bring liability to the company if you do.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's what UCLA recently taught their managers. Instead of having
Helping
a manager to report or do an injury report, they're just gonna play. They're playing negligent. They're like, I didn't see it happen.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
That is. I told like
it's the logical through line of just like not saying anything.
I'm not
To
even,
protect the company, it makes sense.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers who left before me, she actually sliced through her
Nail?
thumb. Yeah, her nail. Like she was bleeding nonstop.
Ah, fuck.
And then the first aid kit is never fucking refilled.
So there was
Kitchen.
no like gauze or anything.
No,
Huh?
but that's why I bought my own first aid kit.
Oh,
I always
do
buy-
it myself.
Yeah.
And I did the best I could. You know, I put blood stuff and everything.
I'll take my
But
own workers' comp.
When I told the chef, and that chef is a piece of shit. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I told him, hey, my coworker, she's bleeding a lot. She's bleeding a lot, and she doesn't stop. And he's like, I'll pretend I didn't hear that. And I'm
Jesus.
like, and I tell him straight up, you're a fucking idiot.
Honestly, holy
awful.
shit.
Even the secretary that she's like, I need to hear what you say.
This is why you should make a note of it. Obviously for future reference, this is perfect. For future reference, this is why you should always make a note of it. Because as much evidence that you have, not because obviously, like, let's say you go into the court or whatever because something happens and you go, well, I remember this. Or you go, yeah, I wrote down in my journal what happened that day because I told them, and I even sent them an email and CC'd it to them, and then it'll be in the system. You got me?
Yeah.
You can. That's what my dad did when someone was being racist at work, right? And then they were like, yeah, let me call him and we'll talk to him. He's like, no, everything has to be written because you want that paper trail. So you can create your own paper trail just by going, I wrote down today because this happened today. I have the accurate notes. Write down everything. Document everything you can, as much detail as you can, the second it happens, so that you're not later on going, I think. No, you go, yeah, I have it here in my notes, actually. Yeah, in my notes I wrote down, and then I emailed these, I emailed over the incident, and they didn't reply for some reason. That way, there's liability on both sides of like, I am held accountable because I remember what happened, and you are held accountable because I sent it to you. Yeah. You cannot deny that I sent it to you.
Yeah, my brother does that all the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that's very, everyone should do that. Like,
right.
Yeah, but
workplace incident, write it down.
But in my case, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a physical workplace, we already have precautions.
Yeah.
Now the only way you could actually go against a company is by questioning their professionality. You could still question people's professionality. That's the thing. People say you can't do that. My chef told me, you can't question my professionality. I'm like, yes, I can,
idiot.
Yes, I can, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Fucking like boomer level intelligence,
in hindsight.
Here's an example. So the bathroom, an example, like bathroom cleaning in any establishment, like Walmart or Target. Why do you think they have a list at the back of the door that labels that every hour the bathroom's been checked
for pee stains on the floor and whatnot?
For sanitation and safety reasons.
So that no one just throws their shit on the wall and then calls it a day.
No one can complain. No one can complain that the bathroom.
I fell in the bathroom and hurt my neck.
Yeah, because there's fucking pee everywhere. No one came to clean it up. Something like that, right? But if Target or Walmart could prove that they were actually watching it every hour on the hour, signed by an employee,
paper trail,
then be like, this happened when we couldn't do anything about it because we weren't there. We don't have a bathroom attendant, and we don't need a bathroom attendant. We just need someone to check the bathroom and make sure it's clean every hour of the hour.
It's not just that they weren't negligent.
No, not just that, but
that they weren't negligent.
Remember how they were telling us, like, you can't just throw water on the floor and then slip on it immediately. It has to be there for like a negligent amount of time.
Yeah.
Because if it's something that just happened and then you fall on it, technically that's not their fault.
Or someone spilled something and then
they leave it there.
Someone went to go get the
cleaning supplies.
Not only that, the slip sign.
Yeah.
Like, remember what? Like caution sign.
The time between that does not count because they were already on.
They were already like
on the way to proper procedures.
In the kitchen sense, that's why we have training. We're supposed to have safety training like every 6 months, right? And then Ian always reminds them. UCLA could still get sued for that because they haven't been doing that. Because we get or biannually safety reports. We actually have a street light in every department that says if we've been doing well or not, practicing our safety precautions. Right, a cut glove when you're cutting something or working on something sharp, right? And unfortunately, in my case, when my coworker wasn't wearing one when she was peeling.
Damn,
so
that's her on her, yeah. Unfortunately.
But she could still challenge it by saying, were in the safety precautions is a peeler mentioned? If she did that, then she'll win the case because it is not actually mentioned.
Well, no, she can still win the case based off of the fact that they're not keeping up the first aid supplies, like they're not stocking them, because she could claim that her injury was exacerbated since the time it took. Remember, there's different levels of negligence, and even if the initial incident, the UCLA isn't found to be negligent, the exacerbation of the injury later on would then give rise to negligence because of the missing first aid kit. As far as I'm aware of the law. we're not lawyers here.
Yeah, no, but we're still.
This is not legal advice.
But just make a paper trail.
A good lawyer can argue the law.
Yeah, of course.
And then if your boss says, "Oh, we changed that now," don't believe him.
Straight up, unless it's given to you in writing.
Yeah,
unless it's given to you in writing,
it's not true.
Can't be like, "Oh, it's a new rule. We don't have to have the."
Which sucks because technically verbal contracts are a thing that are legally binding, but then effectively
not as much as written ones.
No, they're effectively not enforceable at all. That's the thing. They're technically legally enforceable the same way written contracts are, but again, because of the nature of verbal agreements, they're essentially unadmissible unless you have voice recording or something.
You should always argue where's that written? Where is it that I'm where is it that I'm being negligent?
Yeah, that's why effectively verbal agreements are basically useless.
Honestly,
verbal things are basically useless.
Warnings are. I understand warnings, right? You come in, you tell them, "Hey, you shouldn't be doing this."
Yeah, cautions and things like that.
All three of the managers are here to witness me saying this to you. Mm-hmm. Stop coming to work on late or something like that.
On time.
Yeah. Come to work 2 hours late or you're fired.
That verbal is understandable.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. Because then you're basically, like how police gives you warnings. Like, I'm not going to write you a ticket. Even though on video I did stop you, I'm just here to explain to you.
Yeah.
That's my job is as an enforcer and as a public servant. I'm here.
If you're white enough.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, even if you're not, I'm pretty white. I can pass for it. I got pulled over because I was going 0 miles an hour.
That means you were stationed, Edward.
Yeah, that's the
point.
point.
Stationary in a high school, in a highway.
In a highway?
No.
I was at a red light.
You're parked in the middle of the street.
I was at a red light, and as soon as it turned green, I was starting to go, and as soon as it turned green, the cop flashed his lights and pulled me over, and then he said I was going 50 miles an hour, and I have to wait till September to get a court date to go fight it. I already listed. I'm gonna fight it because it's such fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just show me where.
Protect and serve my fucking left-sided hanging nut.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Fuck your brother. Your brother's like, just don't admit anything, and I'm like, no, I clearly broke the law, Alan.
Wait, when you're speeding at 120 or some shit?
Yeah, your brother.
Alan
brother
told
was
me
like that. Your brother's like, just don't admit anything. I'm like, Alan, you're fucking stupid.
I was in the I was in the carpool lane by myself, and then the guy was pulled me over, and I was like, fuck. And this was the second time, because the first time, the guy got busy and he left, or he was like, oh, it's just a warning. I was like, okay. And the second time, a different guy, he pulled me over, and he was like, hey, so I saw you were driving there. What's going on? I was like, oh, I thought the eco vehicles could. And it's like, well, yeah, the eco ones can, but you got to have a specific one and stuff like that. And he was like, so is yours a hybrid? And I was like, no, but it has a little eco mode. And he's like, eco mode? Doesn't every car have that? And I was like, fuck, man, you weren't supposed to ask me that. No, but most of the time.
You should have been like, no. Does Hector's car have it? You call me.
But point is, it has to have specialized plates for you to get a bunch of bullshit.
You need special stickers.
Yeah, and I was clearly in the wrong. I shouldn't have been in the carpool lane. And Alan was like, "Oh, dude, I have a lawyer. My friend has a lawyer who can help you fight it." And I was like, "Alan, I was clearly in the wrong. I'm just gonna pay the $80 whenever I'm done."
Okay. Hot take. I actually agree with Alan.
Why am I gonna fight when I?
Because you can get away with it if the cop doesn't show up. If the cop doesn't show up,
that's a lie.
No, that's how my dad gets out of all his tickets.
My dad I literally went to court with my dad, and then when the lawyer, from LA, the courthouse in LA, they says, just because the cop is not here doesn't mean you'll win the case.
No, win. My dad wins all his cases because the cop doesn't show up.
Just like
results may vary.
Yeah, results may vary.
Just how you could request a different court date, the cop could also do the same thing. They both have the same.
Yeah, but if they miss, here's the thing. Usually cops don't do that. No. If they miss the first time, you're talking about if the cop themselves ask for an extension and then they move the court date. No, if the cop doesn't show up, you automatically win. You win by default. If he doesn't do that date extension before the court date. He can do that. He can, just like how you can extend it. But if he forgets to do that and you show up in court and he doesn't show up, you win by default.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But
9 times out of 10, at least in my experience with my dad and stuff, they never show up. They're too busy or they don't care enough because it's just a quota to meet every day.
They forget. Yeah,
they forget.
Imagine how many thousands of tickets they're writing. They don't give a shit.
So always fight your tickets because you do have a pretty good chance of not ending up having to pay for it if you fight it.
But on the off chance that they come and then it becomes a whole shit show, and I'm like,
asshole, but you were speeding and I prove it and I show him the gun. Well, I'll see you in court. Okay, I'll just show them the same gun, the speed gun.
Yeah.
Because they record their speed guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like speed gun. I'll even take a picture of the fucking thing. I like, on this date, on this time, this fucking idiot was driving 80 miles per hour and 30 miles alone. Why do you have to save yourself? Me as the.
You're gonna hire Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, I kind of realized that also the way I look isn't great. Because both of the times that I've been like kind of unjustly pulled over, I've been wearing my leather jacket and I had like my hair like
slicked back like a real piece of shit.
Like a real piece of shit. Yeah. I also had my like steel-toed like leather boots, and the first time they did ask me to step out of the car,
and you were blasting NWA's "Fuck the Police." Come on, Edward. How many
Remember
times?
we did that for Halloween? Oh, you went there?
Blast, just go to a police station and start.
Fuck the police coming straight.
It was. I don't know why you guys didn't come. I remember the first time when we.
How do you know I didn't come?
Because it was my car only fit 4 people.
So,
Edward, you're fucking gay. So I can remember when I first got my car. I was like the car. And
it was the car.
The car.
There is no other car.
And then
this whole time Hector's only had one car.
I don't know who would suggest it. I don't know if it was Alan or Walter. For one Halloween, after he's like, we should just go to Hollywood Boulevard, or like Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard, just see what's up on Halloween day. And it was.
Man, I think I was there.
You were there?
I think so. Is that when they were like, "Aren't you guys a little too old to be trick or treating"?
No, that was in Whittier. That was in Whittier.
No. Didn't we go to Hollywood Boulevard also?
No, that was.
Alan was in his suit, right?
No, we went to Hollywood Boulevard. Was in my car. Whittier was in the Lexus when I didn't have a car yet. I remember that clearly because we told Michael to say, "Your mom's a whore," and then we drive away. Remember we said that?
But wasn't Alan in the Spider-Man suit when he went to Hollywood Boulevard?
No.
He was Iron Spider.
Well, he was Iron Spider when he was still working.
I remember he was Iron Spider because there was like
we did not go on the same day.
No, okay.
No, so the last time I went to Halloween with y'all was when you were wearing a Akatsuki.
When the thing with Whittier, when the guy roasted us, is when we went to Chess's house. Remember when when Chess was somewhere else, and we're like, and we crashed Chess's little meetup. Remember? That was the day. That was the Halloween.
Oh, okay.
We're like, fucking, we're here to fuck up Chess Mendez. And I was
Chess
like,
Mendez?
Mendez. That's when
Menendez,
I said
you call him Menendez?
Menendez.
He's one of the
Mrs. Menendez.
He's one of the Menendez brothers.
I remember everything, Anders. So I was
everything.
Oh
yeah, what'd you do yesterday?
When did you try to take a shit?
Were you though? Wake up, Hector.
Walter.
Perhaps we should tell him the truth. You weren't actually.
That's when you wake up, Walter. Perhaps you should.
Honestly, oh my God, when Walter comes, we're gonna do that to him. And be like, Walter's gonna be like, we're gonna do like a little, right? And he's like, what's wrong with you guys? And we'll be like, perhaps we should tell him the truth. We should tell him like that, just speaking complete gibberish until.
Perfect.
We should all just speak in Spanish to him when he comes.
He still doesn't. He's more.
Exactly. It's even worse. Like, Walter, ¿cómo ha estado? And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Shut up.
Creo que le tenemos que decir la verdad.
Oh no, I was gonna say halfway just speaking Spanish, you just devolve into gibberish. It was just like,
es que las cosas que me estaban diciendo. Turns out we were just speaking Chilango the whole time. It wasn't even gibberish.
Yes, my father's native language.
Exactly.
We were talking about Moon Knight.
True. Anyways, Moon Knight was good.
We did the comparisons. We were talking about HR. We did that.
AKA, I loved Moon Knight.
We went to HR and we went to.
We watched it so much. I just. Like, I never even got to finish my first thought, like from the start, which was the fact that I like the fact that Harrow didn't have a suit because one of the other complaints I was gonna have, like that I was saying before, was that like I personally wouldn't find it believable if Harrow was keeping up with Mark perfectly. And he wasn't. You look at his face, and he was already starting before, but he was like sweating, and he was like the
CGI though was kind of weird when he's running at him. And he's like, he jumps out to him in the long hair, and I was like, come on. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice it.
I was like, give me a suit. His suit of crocodile armor or something.
I was glad. And they still did keep the I thought for a second there I thought they had broken the like people with similar power sets fighting each other, but no, just this time it was the two gods.
Yeah, I guess
they were basically fighting. Like their powers were different, but they were essentially shown in the same way.
Yeah.
So
avatars and whatnot. And Layla's suit, fucking
Falcon.
Rest in peace, Falcon. Because he's now Captain America. Remember that. Doesn't matter if he says Falcon or not. He's now Captain America.
Yep.
He has evolved. So, yeah, Layla can do whatever she wants now. She can be the Egyptian Falcon. Who cares?
He got the promotion.
Exactly. He got the promotion. He got the shield. He got everything.
I wonder how long they're gonna let him keep the shield. Because I think in the comics he didn't keep him too long.
Forever.
Until
he passes it on to whoever else. I don't know, but I mean, because he's Captain America.
The Mexican America.
Captain Azteca. No, I don't know.
Captain America is Mexican.
Wait, in the comics, who has a Captain America? Canada has a Captain America, and
Captain Canada,
Soviet
Captain Britain,
Russia has a Captain.
Red
Guardian, and then I
Super
guess,
soldiers. You mean, right?
Yeah,
or equivalents.
Well, they're equivalents of like
I am
Captain
better
America.
than Captain America. I'm stronger than.
Yeah, that was funny.
Captain Britain, yeah, and I guess that's it, huh?
He broke his arm. Remember? I remember that in Black Widow. He broke the arm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like, this guy's not even trying, and then, and that was funny how easy it was for him to break out of the prison with help. That was a good moment too. Still, I give it a 4 out of 10.
He was like, you're just chilling there.
That part was awesome. That part was cool.
Yeah, good times. But
I think that like genuinely bad MCU films. I think that's what Thor: Dark World.
Okay. I don't think that one was genuinely bad. I just think that the other films are like better. Yeah. Exactly. Because Ragnarok is like amazing. Awesome. Yeah, like it's mind blowing. Like who knows what's gonna happen in Thor: Love and Thunder? And Thor 1 was pretty cool with even though they dyed his eyebrows blonde, it was still pretty cool with him being like, I cast you out, you spoiled, ignorant child. Like you've turned into a brat. And I was like, oh shit, this is the Allfather yelling at me, you know? Like that was cool. But Thor 2 was kind of just, it was okay. Like it wasn't terrible. It was just a movie.
Look, I wouldn't give first Thor more than a 6, and Thor: Dark World, like Thor 2, is definitely below a 5. It's like a 3-4 in my opinion.
I'd give it like a 6 because
I feel that's very generous.
Yeah, I probably am being generous, but it wasn't a bad movie. You could understand the.
Let me put it this way: if all these movies weren't MCU movies, Thor: The Dark World is one of the ones I would not watch.
Yeah, honestly, I
the only reason for watching it is MCU, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what else is gonna happen to Thor?
Yeah,
that's the only reason why I watched it. And then when I watched it, I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Let me put it this way: if Black Widow was its own TV show, not TV show, its own movie, like aside from that, I might watch it. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying I might.
I didn't like what they did with Taskmaster.
The movie should have been a TV show.
Right? Really?
No,
the movie should have been for Black Widow. The movie should be in the TV show.
I don't think so.
I love that. I love what they did with Taskmaster.
But it sucks because it's like it's the whole Mandarin thing all over again, where you're just getting a name of someone and then turning it into something that's completely not it.
This is one of the most accurate Taskmasters that we have, because Taskmaster's function in the comics is to train henchmen for all the other evil organizations, and this is the only Taskmaster outside of the comics that we've seen begun to attempt that.
But then they're cured at the end, and so now one of the Avengers' biggest
are they cured? Even
yes,
if they're not cured, they're still assassins.
They cured her, and now she's like free, so she can be whoever. She's just a little girl or whatever, so she can go and be.
No, the rest of the people there.
Everyone
was freed too. Yeah,
but they're all still trained assassins who can then run their own school.
But they want a normal life. None of them wants another Red Room.
Her
because she wants to show them a normal life.
Yeah, that was
the whole point
at the end of the movie.
Of freeing them, giving them the choice.
The choice to choose what they want to do, and not all of them
not
want
assassins.
Yeah,
but now you're assuming that they're gonna make.
Yeah, you're assuming that all of them are gonna make that choice, and you're assuming that the head.
In the movie.
Yeah, the whole point of the movie was girls. You're now free, just to be girls, basically.
To do whatever you want to do.
I highly doubt, because remember they were all under that whole brainwashing thing. So I highly doubt after being under brainwashing, they're gonna go, you know what? I'm gonna start my own successful spy business, because there's totally not any trauma from being in that. You know what I mean? They want normal lives. That's why even the one when she finds the other one, she's like I don't want that kind of life anymore. Blah blah blah. And then when she
when they came out,
hold on, no, this is completely wrong because of Hawkeye. We see Lawrence Pugh still stake with it.
But she wants revenge against Hawkeye.
specifically.
Yes.
No, but even
And
at
they
the end of that one, we see that she's still in there because she has connections to Madam Hydra.
But Madam Hydra looks for her because of the skill set she has,
But
and she
they
can
already
manipulate
knew
her.
each other.
But most likely because of, like you said, because of the connections, because of the
They already
the red
have a
room
sort
stuff
of
they did.
connection.
But
So she's keeping up with
The Kardashians.
yes, she's keeping up with the Kardashians, but she's keeping up like her spy activities.
Because she is.
And that's
Be-
one example.
because that's the only life she has now that she doesn't have family. Natasha and Red Guardian.
Or dead.
Well, I don't know if Red Guardian's dead, but they're not there with her.
Yeah, they're
anymore.
not there with her.
So,
Definitely.
and Natasha was the whole biggest. She's the big sister. So without her big sister to guide her, she doesn't really have a purpose, which is why she falls back into the only thing she knows how to do.
Kill.
Yeah, but you could say this for a lot of those girls. You don't know if a lot of those girls have families.
Literally
You can make that same
The
excuse.
whole
for
point is they
everyone.
don't have families.
That's why. So even more so.
Nah.
So you're saying that for Lawrence Pugh not having a family keeps her in there.
No.
And
Now
for
they
the
can
rest-
go and get their own families.
There's a scene literally
Yeah.
at the instant that their brainwash was cut off. They were like, "Sorry, we weren't in control ourselves."
Exactly.
Yeah.
They literally said that.
for
They
attacking
regret it.
her.
But because there's a lot of stuff
if they were
they
still
don't want to
assassins,
do.
they'll
Yeah.
still go after Black
We'll
Widow.
see. We'll see what happens. We'll
I
see
mean,
what
yeah,
happens.
we'll see. But
I'm
don't
pretty
think,
sure they're gonna make this Taskmaster into the most comic accurate one.
I highly doubt it.
because I feel like she's in the prime position to be able to run her own like free will version of not the Red Room obviously because they're not going to torture them, but to
Yeah.
just train the
I don't
goons
know.
for the other thing. Because
Hey.
like right now, how do you explain how like all the other global organizations have people? Like at least Shield was funded by like America, and so it used a lot of like American like army personnel, but. We're gonna start seeing like other institutions too. You're eventually gonna need a reason as to how they're gonna get henchmen.
My name is Mr. Secretary.
We'll see.
Hydra.
We shall.
That was
Yeah.
that was the best scene in the end game. Like, don't worry. Hell Hydra.
Hell Hydra.
Everyone in
Trust
theater.
me.
Hey.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a good one. But
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know, I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see.
Basically,
We'll see.
and then the only other one that I can think of that's also as like bad in my opinion as Thor: The Dark World is I guess the only one
Man.
that's worse.
Iron
No,
Man
Hulk.
2?
Hulk.
Iron Man 3.
Hulk.
Hulk was
The forgettable
yeah,
Hulk.
The forgettable Hulk. No, Iron Man 3 wasn't even bad. I don't think that one was bad.
It's better than Thor: Dark World. I'll say that.
I don't like how people didn't like Iron Man 2 either as much. I liked it. I liked it.
Iron Man 2 was the best one.
No,
Iron Man
Iron Man 1 is
No.
Iron Man 1 is the. Yeah.
the
Iron Man 2.
the Iron Man movie.
It's Iron Man 2, Iron Man 1, Iron Man 3.
Nah, you're out of your mind.
Nah.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it another time.
My throat's already
We
tired.
we ran out of time.
Yeah.
We ran out of time.
Good night,
Fucking
everyone.
pseudo Doc Ock.
Good night, guys. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.